Yo, 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 guitar lesson here for you guys. We're just going to talk about some theory, and I just want to kind of like show you some new ways I'm thinking about playing over chords and changes in general. So this is a lesson for all you jammers and improvisers. Basically, I grew up learning a lot of jazz when I first started working on improvisation. And in my early studies, it was very clear to me, like, if we're playing a C major 7 chord, you learn the arpeggio and you play those notes when that chord is happening. A minor 7, you learn that arpeggio, and then you play over those changes. But there's another way to think about it. For example, we can just kind of go through a few of these ideas here. But for sure, I've just been working on this C major. I've just been working on playing the E minor triad over the C major chord. So basically how it works is you can stack other triads on top of the chord, and it's just going to give you extensions, basically. So the E minor triad is E, G, and B. So E and G are already in the C major chord. So basically we're just replacing the C with a B, which is the 7. It gives us the major 7 sound, right? So it's going to give us that sound. So when there's a major chord happening in any kind of jam situation, or you're playing over a major chord and you want to get that kind of dreamy, that cool sound, that major 7, you can play an E minor triad. So check it out. Got a little loop going on. So that's C major. I'm just gonna play E minor here. So you can hear how it's just basically, I'm just kind of imposing that on top of it. Because normally if you just played C major triad, it'd sound like this. Bright, major sound, upbeat. But then we do the E minor. You can go back and forth. So there's all kinds of ideas there. And it's more of what you're not playing rather than what you are playing. I mean, it's obviously has a lot to do with, the phrasing and stuff, but C major, we're used to hearing this C major pentatonic scale, right? Or even C minor pentatonic to make it bluesy sounding, or so those are the main things. Or C major, I guess, would be the... But we're not used to necessarily hearing just the notes in E minor. Okay, and so if you're asking yourself, well, E minor, where does that come from? Well, it's the third chord of the C major scale. We got C major, We got D minor and then E minor, and E minor happens to carry two of the same notes as C major, so it's going to harmonize well. There's another one, the A minor chord also carries two notes, but we're going to add an A, which is the 6. And so that's going to give us a different emotion, a different sound, and we can check it out, see what that sounds like. So I'm just going to say something with that A minor triad. Okay, so that's cool. Again, it's more what we're not playing. We're not really playing. I mean, we're just focusing. The 6 is kind of the all-star in this A minor, because we've got the 1 and the 3 and the 6 basically is what we're playing. So we're playing this kind of thing. It likes to go down to the 5 in my ears anyway. But the cool thing about this is you get to decide how this stuff sounds for you. You get to decide, you know, if you even like the sound, first of all. But if you do, you can start like naming it something. Like, I think this one sounds a little sad because the minor key tends to sound kind of sad. And when you have an A minor chord, it's the relative of the C major. That's going to make sense in that regard. The E minor thing is the 7, so it sounds kind of like a major 7 chord. Very similar to that, the dreamy kind of sound. So, you know, you can do a lot of different triads. And if you know your triads, you can start to see like, oh, well, that's just this, you know. Like if I play an F major triad, what is that over C? Well, that's going to be the 4, the 6, and the 1. So it's like a 1, 4, 6 thing. So what's that going to sound like? Well, let's find out. We can just explore. The 1's going to be obviously the resolution. So that one is the 4 is really once resolving on the 3. The 6 is kind of, it's still that same kind of thing, but with the 4 it sounds a little different. So let's see here. When I'm doing this, I kind of know it's this is why you kind of practice this stuff, because what I would do would be more like would resolve to the C. In other words, I'm using the F as kind of like passing tones. So, but it's still good for your ear just to kind of hear what it has to offer. And then you can always resolve it back into C. So anyway, I'm just going over a few of these. I'm going to probably do some more deep diving on this stuff. Let me know what you think about it. I know there's a lot of people that probably cover over this stuff. This is probably more in the jazz theory. But yeah, piano players also, that's kind of how they see the piano. The triads, that's how the extensions kind of come out. So if you guys got questions, let me know. Hope you're doing well. Peace.